Okay, I think we have everything set up. Drinks, food, and especially snacks. I even made sure to get all your favorites because, hey, that's what best friends do. I can see you've already eaten half of them. I got even more downstairs in the snack cupboard, by the way. Do you know where it is? You've only been here like a couple million times. Anyway, now our sleepover can finally begin. So, before we watch a movie and snuggle or something, I mean, hey, if you're up to it, that is. You know, just us best friends snuggling. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is that I was wondering if you could help me out with something first. See, I've been writing this story, right? And I was wondering if you could sort of give me your feedback, you know? Well, it's still in the early stages. It's more of an outline, really. But, anyways, I was thinking I could quickly run it through you, the main points. You could tell me your thoughts. Would that be alright with you? Great. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so where do I begin? Well, first of all, I guess I should give you the main character. So, she's a girl with a hair color just like mine, and she lives in a house just like this one. And she has this friend of hers with an eye color just like yours. In fact, that she loves very, very much. Much more than just a friend. But the friend is very dense and never seems to realize it. In fact, the friend seems to be kind of slow to read between the lines, just in general. Okay, so what do you think of my character so far? Nothing is wrong with her so far, right? Right. Nothing is wrong with her. She didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, so this girl is madly in love with her friend. I'm talking about 200% crazy, head over heels, absolutely nuts in love. Her friend is making her lose her marbles. But I mean, hey, hopefully that's not the only thing that I'll make her lose. But it's really difficult when the friend is so dense. Anyways, so the girl really loves her friend, but she can't confess because what if she gets rejected? She could never take that. It could even ruin her friendship. And that may be the one real emotional connection she has. Everything else feels so lifeless and fake to her. So she sort of feels things out, if you get what I'm saying. She tries to make a little illusion here and there, trying to tell her friends' reactions, seeing if it's okay to confess yet. Sometimes she even flirts in a sort of indirect way. But of course her friend is hopelessly dense, so this sort of method never really works for her. She even asks to snuggle a lot, and when she gets to, she always makes these flirty remarks like, "You're so good at snuggling. I wish I was the girlfriend of someone who snuggles like you," or something like that. The friend still doesn't get it, of course. The girl does everything. She even always makes sure to keep all of the friend's favorite snacks in her cupboard. But of course, the significance of this goes unnoticed. Okay, so now, what do you think of her so far? Right? So far, so good? She didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with her trying to be indirect and testing the waters. Nothing wrong with her trying to protect her relationship and her happiness. If anything, the friend should have really noticed her feelings. Am I right? But I'm still not done. Let me get on with the story. So, the girl really can't get enough of her friend. She wants to be romantic with them. She wishes they were a couple already, but she just can't seize the dream. So she fantasizes a little bit, you know, innocent little fantasies. Everyone has them about their crush, right? She does too. Innocent little fantasies like holding hands with them, hugging them, getting married to them, but that's still not enough. and she wants to bring the fantasy just a little bit into reality. So she takes a photo she has of her and her friend together, and then she edits it a bit to make it look like a wedding photo, wedding dress and all. And it makes her so, so, so happy to finally have a bit of reality in her fantasy. You know, something tangible. She looks at the photo every day, every night. She makes it her phone background. She frames a copy and even sleeps with it. It's the one thing that gives her peace of mind when she's usually always such an insomniac from not getting her happily ever after. But she can't be satisfied with that. Not just a photo, it's still missing something. Her fantasy just still isn't physical enough. She thinks of all the time she snuggles her friends and how lovely it would be to feel like that, even when they weren't around to snuggle. So she thinks about her friend's sweater and how if she were that, it sort of feels like she was snuggling them. And she needs that. She needs that very much. So one day, when her friend isn't paying attention, she ever so deftly swipes the sweater and replaces it with an identical one. She gets away with it completely. She keeps a straight face the entire day. She smiles to her friend as usual. She laughs as usual. They don't suspect a thing. And she loves the sweater. She treasures it and cherishes it and goes to sleep wearing it every night, pretending like it's her friend all around her, not just their sweater. And I would ask you what you think about her right now. But I already know the answer. It's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. She's just acting out of love. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with loving her friend who has your eye color, who has your hair color, who happens to love the same exact snacks as you. There's nothing wrong with the main character being a little romantic. But it's because she's so romantic, she just can't settle down. She can't be happy with just a sweater. As great as it is, it's still just a sweater, you know? It's not as great as the real thing. And she is just torn apart that she can't spend more time with her friend. Every second that she's away from them, it's just eating away at her inside, little by little, all the time. She just can't take it anymore. She wants to spend every waking second with them, but obviously it's not possible. So she starts watching that friend. It starts with just watching them from behind the bushes at first, or maybe from behind a car or something. And she wakes up smiling every day knowing that today she can watch her friend again. And after a while, she gets an idea. She sets up cameras, very hidden cameras. The kind you wouldn't notice. She sets them up all over the place that her friend frequents, and of course, she especially makes sure to set up plenty in their room. So now she watches them all the time. You probably wouldn't let her sleep over every day, right? That would be unreasonable. But now she can watch her friend fall asleep every single day. It's almost like they're a couple. But they're not a couple. She's a great character, right? You don't have to say anything because I already know. She's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. But like I was saying, they're not a couple. And in a way, watching her friend all the time through her camera makes her extremely aware of that. Because yes, she can see all the things her friend does. But that also shows her all the attention they get from other people. And she just feels so neglected. When she sees the shared meals with others, she thinks that it should be me sharing that meal with them. When she sees them talking to others, she thinks that should be me. And she tries to keep it together. Of course she tries. She never does anything wrong. She tries to bury her feelings deep down within her heart because she doesn't want to hurt all those people coming in between her and her friend, even though she might. She doesn't want to be destructive or harmful, especially not around her sweetheart. But there's no way to keep a burden like that all inside, right? Her jealousy, her resentment towards her feelings of neglect, they all get a bit more heated day after day until, inevitably, the entire thing boils over. So she invites her friend over to a sleepover, just like this one, in fact. And the one thing she wants more than anything is to be accepted. But it's so hard to even ask for that. If she tries to be direct, she just stutters like a bumbling idiot. So she confesses about her feelings. She confesses about all the things she did. But she does it in a very indirect way. She confesses as if it was a character in her story that felt and did all these things, not her. But she's worried. She's still so worried. What if she isn't accepted? What if they try to run away? So she has a backup plan. She has some rope that she keeps under her bed. It looks just like my bed right here. And she drugged the snacks that her friend ate earlier. You know, the very same kind of snack that you helped yourself to just now. That way, they can't get away even if they wanted to. But why would they want to? She didn't do anything wrong. Don't you think so too? So, what do you think the friend will do now? Are you going to leave? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment and watch another video. If you'd like to donate, I have my Ko-fi linked below and my Patreon for early access videos and exclusive audios for the higher tiers. And come check out the Discord. 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗶𝗁𝗍, thank you for your continuing service as my subscriber.